have that under the shit later. Oh, man. I missed the fursuit parade. Anyways, nobody heard me say that, hopefully, because I don't want to have to stab somebody in their anus with a pitchfork. Ooh, that's interesting. YouTube has made a few adjustments. And good evening, Happy Jason, or slightly Happy Jason. I don't know which the case may be. I don't currently know your status. Good evening and welcome back, Cecilia. We are on for round 2 of I forgot what to call these. I was thinking about it at work. Lori, good evening. How are you? And welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. How's the weather up in New York? Step 2. That's what it is. My step 2. Pilfering the term from Steve. Alrighty. Well, we can do that afterwards. Hope everyone is doing well. Still watching fireworks, huh? That's crazy. Everyone's pretty much done over here. But then again, done does not mean 100% done. Done just means for the day. Interesting. Would not have expected people to do fireworks shows on a Saturday. Especially with everybody having the day off yesterday. Like, sorry. My nose is all itchy. Well, that's good then. At least you get a good fireworks show. I think I'm kind of partial to the black cherry one. I don't like the lemonade one. Tastes weird. This one has kind of like a purple grape taste to it. Oh, nice. You going to be watching those, Jason, from the property, or not really going to have good viewing? Oh, tired and dehydrated. I think I let myself get. The funny thing is, yesterday I was drinking water like crazy, or drinking like crazy. Not drinking, not like can't find my keys even though they're attached to me. Kind of drinking. Forgot where I parked the floor. Can't exit the door. Oh, that's good, I guess. You need a periscope tower. Which can easily be made with a cardboard tube and a couple of mirrors. Kind of similar to same. Wow, man, everybody left. I must not be important today. Oh well, like I said, I don't care. People show up. People show up. I knew a lot of people weren't going to be here due to reasonings. No, Jason, that is an incorrect measurement. They are 160 carats tall. 45 washing machines. Let's use every possible measurement. Wow, I got nobody in here. Yes, thank you everybody for leaving. Much appreciated. We'll use every other measurable increment aside from actual standard or metric, just to mess with Rob. Which is, what, 80 feet? That's 240 beer cans. Because a standard beer can's like 6 inches tall. 160 beer cans. 200 beer cans depending on the tree. Also depends on the can. Because that can's a little bit taller than your standard. Doesn't even make sense. That's still 12 ounces. It's just in a narrower, taller can. So it's not like your standard beer can, which is 12 ounces, but it's a short, fat can. Yes, 14 horses tall. Where's Rob? This would be hilarious. Skin's all dry. It is 4 elephants high, maybe 5. 3 school buses, end to end. Still waiting to see if I get my generator. Ordered a generator on Monday. Said to be here within 5 to 7 business days. I'm assuming due to some side effects of Friday being locked out as a delivery day, which is really funny. All day long yesterday, I kept checking my mailbox. And then it dawned on me at like 6 o'clock at night. I'm like, wait, it's a registered national holiday. The mail's not the only ones that will deliver are like UPS, DHL, or like Amazon. Shit, weekends count as a business day. If the mail delivers, it's considered a business day. I've ordered stuff on Wednesday and gotten it on Saturday. And it's like, oh, it'll take 5 business days to get there. And I'm like, bro, that was like 3.5 days at best. And I didn't priority ship or like do first class mailing. Somehow I got it there. Stuff that I ordered from my food one the other while back. The stuff that I got from 4 Patriots. I had that stuff in less than a week. Yeah, the post office is going to deliver today because it's a non-holiday day. It is a standard mail day. They won't deliver tomorrow. But they will deliver on Monday. But yeah, places like FedEx, DHL, Amazon. What are the other ones? I know there's another one that delivers. Deb, you are here. That is. I don't know what it is, but that it is. Deb, you are here. Thank you for joining us. Well, we have you here, and I remember. Any updates on quail? Because I know you said the incubator died on you last time. So did you get the new heating element in? Because I would like to know what your quail status is. My headache is coming back. That's not good. I don't know. I never get mail on Sundays. Or do I? I don't ever, you know what? I don't really pay attention because I'm usually at work on Sundays. But I also, regardless of the day, it's force of habit. I check the mailbox regardless because the people I live with don't like to do it despite being home all day long. Somebody in the house refuses to check the damn mailbox. Which pisses me off because there'll be like a $200 package sitting outside the door and sitting there watching TV, not even paying attention. Okay, I was gonna say UPS doesn't yeah. I know full well USPS doesn't deliver on Saturday. UPS will deliver on a Sunday, but that's because they're not standard mail couriers. They're like the heavy stuff. So it doesn't matter if you get heavy stuff on a Saturday or a Sunday. They got to deliver it somehow because they got to stick to a strict. They got to adhere to a strict delivery schedule for the most part. Yeah, third party. Well, that's what DHL is. DHL is like third part, like the third cousin of third party. Yeah, Deb just needs to throw that tablet in the damn trash. Which is funny because I've actually had Amazon deliveries from DHL, which to me doesn't make any sense. If you've got Amazon drivers and you've got enough Amazon drivers, you should not have to third party deliveries from your Amazon location or your Amazon warehouse through DHL. But I've had numerous times where I've just had either it was an employee in their own vehicle or the literal yellow freaking half-track camper bus thingy that they use. The panel vans. I guess you can call it a panel van. They pop up on those every once in a while. I've even seen the UPS, like the Amazon drivers, using their own personal vehicles to deliver packaging. Sometimes, if there's like an overflow of packaging for one truck and there's like an extra driver, but the load's not large enough to warrant taking out the company panel van or slider van or delivery van, so they just use their own. Yeah, FedEx does the same thing. FedEx will use DHL as well. See, now here's the thing. I don't know. It's so odd scenario thinking about this. This is technically outdoors. It is related similarly. What would you guys rather have? Like, personally, would you rather have the FedEx truck as a camper or the Amazon vans that they have now? Now, each one has its benefits. I will say that. I do like the FedEx trucks mainly for the fact that they do have the dual rear axle tires. Not dual axle, basically dually tires on the back. And you have essentially like an 8-foot wide truck frame or box frame that you can strip and stand up in, so you can actually physically put a stand-in shower. Oh no, Deb's lost a $100 bill. Wait, you lost a $100 bill in Deb? It's still there somewhere, unless the raccoons got to it. So Jason would rather have it. I think I'm going to agree with you on that one, Jason. The FedEx truck. Now, the only thing I would change with the FedEx truck is the back door. Instead of having that garage style, like that accordion style slide up door, I think I'd rather just rip that out and have a solid back door or solid back wall with like a camper door. Yeah, I can stand up in a FedEx truck too. That's why I'd rather have one of those personally. Because again, you can put a full stand-in shower in one of them damn things. You don't have to cut the floor out to put that in there. It'll sit in that shower like a standard RV shower. Will fit in one of those. Ooh, damn, that sucks. Yeah, the Sprinter vans would be better. You have better air conditioning, but you cannot stand up in that thing. You cannot put a shower in there. Essentially, at best, it's a sleeper unit that will allow you to have like a very, very finite dining section on one side. If you're lucky, you can do a pull-out sofa on one end as well. But the Sprinter vans or UPS vans, I just don't think they have enough room for room. Hey, Pappy, how's it going? Good to see you. Mine was decent, or at least so far it's been. I've had Friday off, had to work today, so that was fun, but I'm here now enjoying a light brew with everybody, talking about an odd topic that I just figured would be kind of interesting for the topic we're currently working towards. Or, well, not working towards, we just started talking about UPS and third-party deliveries and decided to throw a question out there to which one would you rather have, the Sprinter delivery vans or the old like FedEx box truck. So hoping your weekend was good. Hope you had a wonderful 4th of July, Pappy. Hope everybody came home with all of their fingers. And yeah, I'm sorry, Jason, I keep forgetting about that. Apologies, my friends. My Texas brother from another mother who had a third cousin's brother's lover. I don't know. I'm being weird today. Yeah, but isn't the Renault like $80,000? Oh,
I'm here. I made it.
I now have the option of muting Jason on my side.
Ooh.
Yeah, they got a new feature that I just when I was loading up on StreamYard, they're like, "Ooh, here's a new feature for you. We've added the people section, so you can click on people, and it'll actually show you who all is in the live stream."
Yeah.
You can actually physically adjust their audio.
Yeah, just like Streamlab.
Yeah, from that side. So
Yeah.
I can kick you. I can ban you from studio on here, which I'm not gonna do. I can kick you from studio, which means you'll just have to come back in again. I can edit your mic settings, but I can also do that down here on your icon. And it gives me the option to edit name, but it also gives me the option to copy link from here instead of, but I can do the same thing down here where it says invite. So it's kind of a weird double standard feature. So I guess 2 is 1, 1 is none kind of scenario. I'm going to leave that up there for another minute, and then that's going away.
Well, anyways, Molly and I, we've been talking about possibly getting a Sprinter van with a small travel trailer or a medium-sized travel trailer.
Okay.
Like a 22-footer.
Nice.
So I can store all the big stuff in the van, take it with us, and still keep the light load on the travel trailer.
Well, you want a little bit of weight in the travel trailer, so So it doesn't fishtail.
Yeah, no. If I get anything, it's going to have a tandem axle.
I've still seen those fishtail.
Oh, yeah, I have to. It's just all weight distribution on the trailer.
Ooh, damn, that sucks, Pappy. A lot of free firewood, but that you won't be able to use for almost a year and a half, 2 years.
Oh, Pappy. She thought you said Kathy.
No, Pappy.
Pappy, yes, I know. I told her.
Pappy Two Bears. P2B. Deb, $5 is just probably just sitting on the table under something random.
The cat
And
got it.
I'm going to slap anybody who's dumb enough on here to say it'll be the last place you look. Because, yes, no shit, the last place you look is when you find it.
And you
That's the
stop
last
looking.
place you look. You stop looking after that.
Oh, there's Daniel. Or
I believe that is Tiffany.
Yeah,
Good evening,
yes.
Tiffany, because I believe Daniel is still on deployment unless he
TDY.
has returned.
he's probably still on TDY.
So good evening, Tiffany. Hope you are doing well. I hope you had a eventful 4th of July.
Yeah, those darn cats. Got the $100 bill, and they're gonna go straight to Amazon. Start ordering
Yeah,
stuff
she
off
said the
the phone.
gremlins got it.
The gremlins. Yeah,
I have
Cats
one.
are-
I have one. I have a gremlin. Me and a buddy of mine have a personal gremlin, but his ass is stuck in between two windows. He's been there for 20 years. I stuck him in there. He can't get out because I refuse to open the damn windows. I will not say his name, for saying his name could possibly open a doorway for his freedom. A little shit pissed us off one day at work. We were dead slow all day long, and then all of a sudden,
Boom.
out of nowhere, this little turd decides to stand on the building and hold up a sign that says "Eat here" in neon. I trapped him in between two windows that day. Because
No, Dad.
hey,
that's like 5 hours
James,
away.
long time no see, man. How you doing?
Yeah, to answer Deb, no, we're not going through the flooding. That's 5 hours to the west of us.
Yeah, that's already a problematic scenario there, James. It's already flooded. So, yeah, this is what happens when you got stupid people running the country.
Oh no, I've seen the memes are absolutely hilarious.
It's a freaking joke, is what that is.
But the memes are funny.
Way too much pitch. Yeah, but fur burns nice and hot.
Yes, it does. Not in the outdoor fireplace.
No, not in an outdoor fireplace, because then it looks like you're burning freaking tires. Man, I don't even remember last when I watched Q.
Is that Q, the serpent monster?
This is a good question. I have too many movies that have had the word Q. Sorry,
Yeah.
word. Technically, it is a word, QUE, but Q, I mean,
Is it a cue ball? Are
yes.
you in line?
Mine.
Line? The Q?
Line.
Line. As in waiting to get on a ride.
Yes, line, Q, yes. Sorry, my brain is right now. Surprisingly, this 8% freaking shit alcohol cider is Mike's lemonade, I guess, is just starting to kick in. Working on a shot of some stuff Daniel did before he left.
Oh, okay.
Like shot, like as in
No,
40, 50, or 60 proof.
no, I'm thinking she's taking camera.
Uh, so digital editing. Digital. Digital. I am surprised. Did Cecilia pop back in here? I did not see her pop back in.
I thought I saw her pop back in.
Oh, yeah, she did pop back in. Okay, good.
Yeah. Mhm.
A short. Gotcha. Nope, already took stuff off the printer. We'll look tomorrow. I have no idea. Oh, yeah. There's a good question for you, Jason.
I already answered it. I'm about 5 hours away. It's to the west of us. You don't remember?
No.
Yeah.
That was like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
That was not even 5 minutes. It was like, gee, that's like 2 minutes ago. I didn't even hear the answer.
I already answered it.
Yeah, well, they're 5 hours away. So, Texas is apparently shitstorm central this year.
Oh, yeah.
You got flooding. Well, let's see what. 2 years ago, you guys had massive snowstorms. This year, it's fires and flooding.
So far, we've been spared. I'd knock on the wood, but the dog will start barking.
Well, that or you might pass out because you hit yourself too hard.
Yeah.
Really, Scooter?
Yeah.
Scooter, he said the dog will bark too hard. And then, sure enough, like clockwork. Ruff.
Oh, yeah. I had to hang up for the day right around about 4:30, and I had to come and sit down for a little bit. Yeah,
Is the daughter home?
Yeah, like I said, my back started hurting, and I started getting the that dehydration headache. So I said, "Yeah, I'm done. I got to go back to work tomorrow." Yeah, Harp. There we go.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's,
humongous.
yeah, I remember being there for that too. I don't miss that.
Oh, shit. 119. Damn, that's boiling water temperatures right there.
Yeah, the problem is now the monsoon's probably kicking in the past few days and dropping the temperature, but now it's making it muggy, like it does here. The what? Oh, the crowns? It's just points for people talking.
Oh, those things on YouTube. I was like,
This is
yeah, I really don't understand the point of those.
It's a top chat.
Yeah, it's interaction basically, but to be honest, I can do without that. That is like the most annoying, in my opinion, probably the most annoying thing because then you want to sit there and compete for who has the number one spot, and you end up basically spamming out a channel. That's probably the dumbest damn thing they could have done on here.
They're trying to get the chat to talk a little bit more. I can see it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's trying to promote more interaction, but I mean, really, that's the stupidest way to do it. Oh, I want to be number one. Oh no, I want to be number one. But then you sit there in order to get number one, you have to type in an absolute crap load of stuff. Which, if you decide to be like Colin and start typing 1, enter 2, enter 3, enter 4, enter, start spamming that shit. That shit pissed me off. That actually irritated me the other day. Because then chat sees it, the YouTube bots see it as spam.
Oh, that's why.
And then they just kick your channel off to the farthest reaches of YouTube viewers' reach.
Yeah, that's why he's barking fireworks.
I gotta go figure out where the hell was that. I don't even know where I'm at on this thing anymore. Yeah, there's a lot of things YouTube studios can do, or even YouTube can do, to just not be stupid. I mean, the new thing that StreamYard did with the peoples, that's kind of neat. I can move Jason to backstage. I can, they really did just take a page out of
Streamlabs.
Streamlabs. There you go. I was like, StreamYard, Streamlabs, they all start with the same shit, so I don't know which one's which. Right. Still the same problem, even if you do that. I mean,
Yeah.
if you hit A, enter, then you hit B, enter, and you just have that like 9 freaking space bars or blocks of chat down the road, YouTube is just going to consider it spam, which is why I can't even get the middle finger anymore from Blake on here, because he did it so often that YouTube registered it as spam and started blocking him automatically. I'm going to have to get another one. That should piss me off.
Like I said, it's just been one of those weekends for me. And
yes, it has, unfortunately. And again, condolences.
Thank you.
And at this point, I am both sorry for your loss and sorry for the loss of time that you have now to spend in the garden, because you were over there dealing with all kinds of inventory.
Yeah. Yeah, the garage was not exactly cool today, so.
Yeah, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. It was having troubles keeping up.
I believe it's 100 or 150. I literally do not remember. It's different from both phone and computer. Because I remember, I think I was able to go live on PC or a computer when I hit like 100. Like I said, phone's a little different because of the layout, the way they have it set up on there.
Yeah, it's 50 now for both.
Yeah, wow, they changed it again.
Yep.
The numbers and everything change, I swear, like every 3 to 6 months, so I never keep up with this stuff. I constantly get newsletters be like, oh, here's an update from YouTube. And I'm just like, I don't give a crap. I forgot what I was about to Google. Damn alcoholism has caused me to acquire CRS.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Now, I was going to tell you, Jason, the that big ass white telescope that mounts to that articulating frame, that's like $2,000.
Yes.
That is an expensive ass telescope.
Yes.
And unfortunately, I cannot just drop $2,000 to purchase it, though I would love to. If I did more in the astronomical fields, I would probably see if I could do that on payments. But yeah, at the moment, I really don't have anywhere to set it up. I don't have anywhere to store it. Otherwise, I would try to work something out.
I don't blame you.
That is nice telescope system.
Yeah, I just don't know where the camera is for it. Really, I will be doing quite a few airgun videos coming up.
Yeah, but see, the problem with that is, Rob, it's super easy to just lie on YouTube, which is one of the biggest problems that they have, is because
Bearded Eagle, how you doing?
you can easily just alter like whatever when you sign up for certain things. You can just adjust the date or the year, automatically makes you 18, even though you could be a 13-year-old or a 12-year-old, but you're sitting here according to YouTube as an 18-year-old, which is kind of one of the reasons why that I stopped bringing children up on my live stream, because I did not want to get hit by YouTube for playing minors on my channel. Hey, Eagle, how's it going? Good to see you. Hope you had a wonderful 4th of July. James, apologies myself. I hope you as well had a wonderful 4th of July. Hope it was eventful, and I hope everybody in your families returned with all their fingers, because every year is the last year somebody returns with all 10 fingers.
I'm looking.
I don't even know what.
Oh, sweet. How in the world did you get a hold of that?
Scooty Ooter.
Did he send you a picture too?
No, because Rob sucks. He doesn't like me. And also because it's most likely a air pew pew.
No, it's not.
Really?
Really?
Rob won't send it to me. He doesn't like me. I'm not good enough for Rob to send me stuff.
That's actually kind of cool.
Swear to God, buy 1 month of freaking free of food and you get another 2 months free. I can't afford a month's worth of food from you guys. It's like $200. No, I remember this stupid ass one. Yeah, let's try to make a bike out of freaking.
That is like way cool.
Buy one, get one free. No.
And your government allows you to have something like that?
Ooh, he sent it to me. Ooh, let's see. What did he send me?
The question is, can you still get filmed for it there? I know we can still get filmed.
That is a nice.
Yes.
Nice camera. I love the fact that it actually comes with the lens ring.
Oh, yeah.
Screwdrivers to attach said lens rings. Looks like 2 camera batteries.
It's not a bad price.
Rob's going to be like zooming in on old ladies in the knickers.
No, well, like I said, it'd be far more stable taking pictures. I mean, it's a good idea.
If you get a good tripod under that, well, hell yes.
Well, not just a tripod, just if you're, offhand. Way more stable than you're holding your hands in front of you.
Yeah, I don't know about that because that's still a fairly large lens on that thing. And it's not like that lens is a short lens. That lens is like almost a foot long.
Yeah, I'm looking to see what the zoom is on it.
James, I hate to break it to you, but because of all of that, is already causing problems in our country.
We're talking about a camera, folks. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but there is about $30 million worth of construction that has dead halted in Texas because they keep deporting all of the damn workers. And it's never going to get finished. They started it. It's like 50% done. And Americans ain't gonna do it because they're too damn lazy. I'm gonna get another drink.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, I was just wondering what the zoom is because it doesn't say what the zoom is on it. .300 millimeter. Okay.
Ha! Somehow I grabbed another purple one. Wasn't even trying. I just reached in and grabbed.
Yeah, 300 millimeter. But what's the zoom on it?
Yeah, we're not winning, dude. We're losing.
I
We
like
are
that.
losing.
That would be great for like safaris and stuff like that as well.
Nice. Zooming in on all them up. I can't even English, man. That second one kicked my butt. I'm going to have a third one, and I really don't care. Because I'll burn through this faster than I burn through my normal stuff due to the fact that I'm doing an upper and a downer. Today, this is just...
Yeah.
I don't even know what this one is considered as.
Wine cooler.
No, I think this has way more AC than a standard wine cooler.
Messing with you.
Yeah, well, the problem is we're still not winning. We're losing. And we're going to find out in about 2 more years. Ugh. So I've almost got more of my sunflowers are almost starting to bloom on that stuff on the fence side over there. I've got one that already bloomed, which is really weird. The thing only grew to like 2.5 feet and it already bloomed. The usual burns and singed hands and faces here yesterday. My neighbor.
Oh, it's a fixed zoom. Okay.
Oh, wait. Deb, what happened? Did your area catch on fire too? Oh, I probably should eat. You know what? What am I fucking peanuts?
Oh no, like a couple of years ago.
I'm out of
He used
peanuts.
worms and singed hands, and yeah.
Salty ass beef jerky it is. By the way, Jason, have you tried these ones yet?
Oh yeah, I like that.
They are salty as hell.
Yeah, those are the ones that we had when we were up there when we met you.
Like I found them over here. They were like $8.99 or like $10.99. So I was like, oh, I'll buy these. I was not expecting the amount of sodium content in these. Like, and basically each one of these is a serving, which is ridiculous. It sounds dumb to me. Oh no, it's 15 servings per container. So I think I measured it as like 2 or 3 of these is one serving. Oh yeah, I'm down to like the last 5 of mine.
Yeah, this is the deli style.
Yep, that's exactly. I think that's exactly what I have. The deli style beef sticks.
Yeah, and I only eat about 4 at a time.
Yeah, I usually do about 6, but I'll eat like 3, and then I'll eat some other like something sweet, just kind of balance out the 33 freaking % sodium. Holy crap, Tiffany, that's a lot of peppers.
Wow, that is.
$22 pounds of jalapenos. How many plants do you have?
No kidding.
And how big are those plants? Because crap, I usually get like maybe 2 to 3 if I'm lucky off of my plants. But I usually don't grow more than like 8 plants, maybe 6 if I'm lucky. Ah. Well, I do the same thing with mine. I dry them out. I don't make pepper, like a hot pepper dust or whatnot. I found that stuff works great in a coffee grinder. You do farm work like a white person?
Yep.
Interesting.
Oh, she dries and makes spices like you do. 25 plants, all
Jesus
about 3
Christ,
feet tall.
3 feet tall? I got
Yeah.
one plant that's like maybe 2.5. But it's giving me little peppers right now. But I also have it in a small container. If I topped it, it would probably do me a little better. Yeah, you ain't gonna get 20 million just do farm work. Farmers already been effed over already once this season. Yeah, my bell peppers are no, you won't.
They're closer to the ground.
3 hours in, you're gonna complain about your back hurting.
Guess what I'm having?
Ooh, salty, waxy taste on top. Yeah. We're
That's
gonna
why
beat the hot pepper. Ooh. Come on, Deb, you drank half a beer and that was like a stale beer.
I haven't drank it in a while.
What, like 2 weeks?
I think 3.
Maybe? When you decide what, because I think you drank the one, when you were off your meds that, and then
Yeah.
finally did that one?
Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago. Yeah. I mean, I still got some in that bottle.
I know you still have some in that bottle. You've been working on that bottle for 2 years.
I know.
I had to actually transplant. So I had a bunch of bell peppers coming up, but I'm also the same person that will plant 2 to 3 seeds in the same hole just to guarantee germination, because at least, that's 33% germination rate regardless. So I'll plant 3 seeds in one hole. Most of them popped up. So when they were like 6 inches tall, I dug them out and I split them apart, and I basically just re-stuck them into the same pot, just more spread out. So I have like, what is it, like 15, 16 bell peppers in one container, but it's also 1 foot high, 2 foot wide by like 3 feet long. And it took them forever to recover. It took them almost like a week and a half. They were just straight slumped over, touching the dirt. One of them almost died, but it finally came back. So I had to soak it like twice. And then I haven't really touched it since, and they're starting to perk up. So all of them are about 8 inches tall now.
I had my powder show up. No, I don't have time right now.
Your what?
My powder.
Are you lifting weights?
No, I'm going to reach it without knocking stuff over.
Oh, are you talking about black powder?
No, that starter powder.
Oh,
I finally showed up.
the root starter.
Yeah,
Nice. How many bottles did you get? Like 4 of them?
one. One's all you need. If I need another one, I'll go get it.
True. Well, I have like 4 bottles, so I'm never going
That
to run
goes a
out.
long way.
Why should I not top my plants? Now, I know why. Specifically, I know why not to. But at the same time, once your plant gets too big, it's going to take more nutritional values out of the soil in order to produce at a higher level. I know the main reason why not to top your plants, but the secondary is I know for a fact that when you got a really tall plant, it takes more nutrients out of the soil to make it all the way to the top to produce fruits and whatnot. Trees are a little different because they got a slightly more extensive root system. They just pull nutrients out of the ground everywhere. So, like I said, I do know the main reason why not to top your plants. Usually, because when you top your plants, it tells your plant
Push more growth.
it pushes more growth, but the problem is it delays fruit production or production in general.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get more coffee. I'll be right back.
All right. But at the same time, like I said, I've got a bell pepper plant in a 12-inch pot that's like 3 feet high. I need to do something with it before it gets unruly because it's literally just like 2 long ass branches that are like 2 feet long. I just realized what time it is. I gotta go turn the living room lights on. Yeah, lateral growth versus vertical growth. You want vertical growth, but you also want lateral growth. But with a lot of the pepper plants, what you want to do is you want to like the first 5 to 6 inches. So I usually do around 6 inches. Is I will strip every leaf and growth node off of that for weeks to tell that plant to stop growing there and to produce all of its volume on top. So the bottom couple of inches is basically going to be what supports the rest of the plant. The thicker the base is, the better you're going to get the top of the plant to grow.
Blake.
Hey, Blake, what's up? Right there, Blake. Just to make sure you see it. Hold on. Here, let me turn the volume up just in case you didn't catch it the first time. So Deb does better with Irish or bourbon, and apparently beer hits her like a sledge.
Beer makes me fall asleep.
Only because you're new and you chatted. Yeah. Essentially, I really wish they would get rid of that feature because, I mean, yes, I understand the reasoning for that to be there on YouTube, but at the same time, it's kind of irritating, in my opinion.
Ignore it.
No, what really got me is that Jeff commented on one of my videos, and on his comment, like after his name was like a YouTube icon that looked like a little video.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't figure out what the hell that was from. It was like the YouTube play button, and then it had like the echoes.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, what the shit? Blake, how was your 4th? Did you keep all your fingers? You and your wife over there keeping all your fingers? And your son, did he lose any fingers? Blow himself up? Yes, that is the one problem with tomatoes. So no matter how you trim a tomato plant, you will never have a massively thick root that will eventually grow like a tree the next season. Tomatoes are a sort of one and done thing unless you somehow manage to keep them alive in a greenhouse. But aside from that, a tomato plant is no different than like a squash plant.
Which reminds me, I got to water tomorrow morning.
And if anybody's growing squash plants,
Mm-hmm.
you know damn well those things soak up a shitload of water, and they will, if left to their own devices, them damn things would get 30, 40, 50 feet long, but you're going to get jack squat for harvest.
Yeah, because like I said, the acorn squash will do that. They'll get really long, like a watermelon.
Yes, but somehow, well, again, on that one, that one's a weird case because the acorn squash will produce, even that vine can be 30 feet long, and you'll still get like 15 full-sized acorn squash off of there. That's good, Blake, at the lake with all your fingers. Blake's at the lake with all of his fingers. Does your son have all of his fingers? Ooh, speaking of, did you take the boat? Hey, Des, how's it going?
Hey,
Good to see
Des, how you
Had
doing?
a wonderful 4th of July. Last night's live was entertaining, by the way.
I was just in and out a couple times.
As was I. Watering plants outside, coming inside, cooling off for like 20 minutes, going back outside.
I just let it run.
I did too. I was back and forth between like 3 different lives yesterday, so I tried to share as much love as possible. But yeah, tomatoes can get unruly. If you really want to watch your tomatoes go, let them grow on a fence. Or if you like dead serious, if you really want to see your tomatoes just lose it and just go hog wild, climb up a 20-foot tree, put a couple of anchors in there, like some screw
climb it.
anchors,
Go climb it,
run line to the ground.
especially with the cherry tomatoes.
Cherry tomatoes, your Marglobes, them damn things will basically climb up that line, and you will have to climb up a ladder 20 feet high to get tomatoes off them damn things. Because like I said, tomatoes left to their own devices, they will not stop. Like, they just keep going. I accidentally did Roma tomatoes one year, and I probably got about 30 pounds of that shit.
Yeah,
Was not even trying.
I have not been successful with tomatoes here. I was successful in Arizona, but not here.
I would try the Roma tomatoes, honestly, there, Jason, because they're a little bit more hardy and they don't require much, but they do require a shitload of fertilizer.
Yeah.
You still got you still got those compost piles going?
Yep. I gotta fill them. I'll start filling them here in about 2 weeks. Really easy.
Fill them in there, and then
I
throw
probably-
about 30 or 40 seeds in that shit and just cover it and watch what happens.
Oh yeah, I already know.
Nope. I will not bless that stupid ass Dorito.
No, Cheeto.
I hope he takes a mortar to the face. All right, catch you later, James.
Later.
Be well, be safe. Don't lose any fingers.
Yeah, the night is still young.
That's only 8:30.
It's 9:30 here.
Well, yeah, for you. Des is like, what, 11 o'clock, 11:30 over there?
10:30.
10:30?
Yeah.
10:30. $10:34 on Dez's side. It's funny, Des goes yesterday. Like, she's like 3.5 hours into her live. She goes, I'm going to end this live here in just a few more minutes. Another hour and a half later, Des is still going. And I'm like, I was sitting there thinking to myself, I thought you said you was going to end this like an hour ago. Nope. Des doesn't end a live when she says she's going to end a live. She ends a live when there's nobody in the chat to listen.
And then she'll have somebody come up at the last minute on the panel And she's on again for another 2 hours.
You ride another hour down the road.
Yes, these people keep coming in.
Don't know if you had DJ up there last night or whatnot. Yes, exactly. I think Des likes the interaction.
Yeah.
Doesn't get out much. Hard to go around places. Yeah, those that freaking think he's actually good is where the syndrome is at. Just wait. A couple more years, we're going to be exactly like Russia. But hey, don't take my word for it. Des, all I got to say is,
Oh, your sphincter was talking.
ooh. Ricky Tiki Tembo, No Sir Rambo, Cherry Bear Rucci, Pit Perry Pembo. I would lose my shit if that was my actual name. Like, bro, it takes 3 weeks and a day to say your whole ass name. It's like, bro, just change it to Ricky.
Now, like I said, I've just been working in the garage, trying to get it all organized, consolidated. It's just one of those things.
Oh, I'm definitely deranged, but I still have my sanity. How much have you actually gotten through on that? Because you've been on that for like, what, 3-4 days now?
Today was day 3. I got a late start today. Because yesterday kind of kicked me, then earlier today kind of kicked me too. And we had to put a bug bomb in there yesterday. So we had to turn
Really?
the AC. Yeah, we had to turn the AC off. You know, all the lights and the fans. So I didn't get back out there till like 10 o'clock this morning, and it was already hot in that garage. So I was
Ooh, so
sweating.
you can both basically taste and smell the bomb.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, you can re-enter 3 hours afterwards.
Yeah, but you gotta wash everything down.
Yeah.
Which, oh man, which is
As long as they kill
unfortunate.
all the spiders, I'm happy.
I don't even mind the spiders. You get it hot enough in there, and the spiders just kind of die on their own.
Yeah.
It still sucks that you have to go through all of that by yourself with virtually no help other than your daughter.
Yeah, it just helped moving stuff. But yeah, it's just as soon as I get it all consolidated, then I got to do pictures and research. Yeah, it's just going to take some time.
Yeah, I would, like I said, I would do. I mean, you got a lot of freedom seed spreaders that you're gonna have to do research on,
Oh,
and them damn telescopes.
yeah.
Those are gonna be inexpensive.
Yeah, but then I got to find all the parts for them.
Yes.
What goes with what?
Yeah, there was through the
All the eyepieces, I got to find those.
through the pictures that you sent me. Half of those pictures, just looking at them, I can tell was missing about 50% of the shit that's supposed to go with it.
Yeah, it's just yeah. I mean, it was just it's pure chaos in there.
No, Grace, don't leave.
Yeah, it's just the getting the categories and finding all the parts and pieces. Everything's scattered everywhere, mounds and mounds of clutter. It's the clutter. As you can saw, that's a lot of clutter.
Yes, it is.
I mean, a lot.
Really? More fireworks?
Yep.
It's been like
Oh.
2 hours the first time I've heard them.
Yeah, like I said, I've already come across 5 camp stoves.
Really?
Yes. Old school white gas.
Did the guy ever even go camping?
He did in the past. He had a backpack full of Mountain House, and the mice found it.
How the hell did the mice find it? It's literally in a hermetically sealed foil bag. There's no scent on
They
it.
found it.
Unless they got bored and just started chewing through random shit. Their mountain house has no scent outside of the bag.
Yeah. What's funny is there's no holes in the backpack.
So they opened the zipper.
It's a pull string at the top. It's a rigid backpack. I'll take pictures. But it's the drawstring at the top with the flap over the top of it, and they were getting in through that way.
Oh, so they were squeezing in through the hole.
Uh-huh. But they didn't chew a hole through it, which was surprising.
That's crazy. But again, you don't know Mountain House's food because
Yeah.
there is
It's-
no scent. There's literally no scent outside of the bag.
Yeah, I don't know.
So unless the mice were curious and decided to eat through a foil, basically through a Mylar bag, that'd be the only way they knew something was in there.
Yeah.
I know mice are curious, but they're not that damn curious.
You should see how many pellets are in there. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, with all the mice eating all that shit, probably a shitload.
No. The air gun pellets.
Probably what, 150, 200 pounds worth?
Probably a little bit more.
Damn.
18-gallon tote full.
God.
Plus more on the shelves. Then plus
Damn.
more little containers up on shelves. It's just like,
So he was a hoarder is what he was.
yes and no.
Who's that collector?
He a collector hoarder.
Collector, hoarder, I'm not seeing the difference.
and a shopaholic. I mean, he had good intentions, not very much for social skills.
He was planning for his retirement.
Yeah, he was planning for retirement, have fun, all kinds of stuff, but he didn't make it to get to retire.
Yeah, I was thinking more like prepper status for just in case, and then just in
that too.
case didn't help or happen.
Yeah, I'm taking a stab in the dark on the estimated of pellets. I'm probably saying close to 100 rounds, 100,000 rounds or more.
That is a lot.
There's a lot of tins with 500 in there. There's a couple of boxes that are the 1500 count and 177.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it is, but it was strewn all over the place. It was that's my problem why it's taking me so long is trying to get everything consolidated, trying to figure out what it is, make sure it's not a scope, is it camera, is it Astro, is it camping, is it outdoor stuff.
When you get a chance, throw me some pictures of them camp stoves.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Tiffany.
Yeah, he was a shopaholic too.
I have told certain people, if you can't afford it, don't buy it.
Yes,
Yet
exactly.
somebody here buys it anyway because it was $5.
That was $5. That was $5. That was $5. Next thing you know, you got $80.
Yes. And it's like, bro, you didn't need that. You did not need another cast iron pan. I'm sorry. You do not need another Dutch oven. You do not need a 35th camp stove that is just going to sit there. And I know I'm going to get flack from this from Cecilia for buying a shitload of flashlights, but I actually give away flashlights. When I get free flashlights, I buy specific ones due to the fact that they make a limited run on certain items. So you basically get like a collector's flashlight. A lot of the free shit that I get, like little flashlights like these guys, or if I can grab it, these like little AAA flashlights.
Yeah.
I give these away a lot of the times. If I do like a giveaway prize for like YouTube, I just throw one of those in there.
Yeah, I just wish I had full cell service in there, and I don't.
How do you not have cell service? You're like 40 feet away in that building.
I just don't have cell service in there.
That is
I have
crazy.
to get to the window to get cell service.
Is it an insulated garage?
It is, but I have to be within 12 inches of a window, just like my house.
That's crazy. Don't know if I can ship one over there, Cecilia, due to shipping customs. Because shipping from the U.S. to Canada is a turd now because we have a freaking cheese puff in office.
Ooh.
Does he use the camp stove, or is he trying to sell it physically? Like drops, I have a tote. Well, actually, I have a fairly large box full of flashlights. I probably got about $500 worth of flashlights in there, if not more. The problem is with most of these is they come with batteries in them.
Are they
The only
the
ones that
rechargeable?
don't are these ones. These little guys here, they run on AAA batteries. So this guy here, that's the battery. I can take the battery out and ship it. Problem is, you're going to have to buy your own damn batteries.
That's a hot tent stove.
Oh, hot tents. Yeah, I have no current use for a hot tent stove because I don't have a hot tent. We don't get cold enough in the wintertime, unless you're up in the Sandia mountain range, to actually make camping with a stove of that caliber worth a shit.
You can cook off of it.
You can boil water, and depending on the model, you can get that stove attachment. But, I mean, to be fair, I don't have anybody to go camping with. I'd go by myself, but I find it boring as hell. Because if I'm not talking to somebody, I'm just going to be sitting there staring at my phone. Yeah, we don't get a lot of snow down here, drops.
Yeah.
Again, unless you're in the mountain range. And even in the mountain range, that shit's gone 2 days later. 3, maybe 4 days max if it's a heavy snow. Like, we had heavy snow one day, hence my short. Snowing in New Mexico. And then I came back home after work 6 hours later. Where'd the snow go? All of it was gone. It went from snowing on my way to work heavily to 6.5 hours later of hitting a temperature of like 73 degrees and all the snow was gone. Essentially, all we got was about 2 inches of free water, which 2 inches of snow equates to like 1/8 of an inch of free water.
Yeah, it stuck here for about 3 days this last year.
Yeah. That's all you get in these desert states is maybe 3 to 5 days of snow. If I would have gotten like 4 or 5 days of just consecutive snowfall, it might have stayed about a week, week and a half. Yeah, I think that short's up to like 23K now for views.
Really?
I think so. Originally when I posted it I think within like a day it hit like 13K. And I was like shocked out of my mind. I was like, who the hell is watching that video that many times? Let's see if I can find it. Get out of my
I'm
shit.
looking.
Because I know I did it as a short. And that's going to be a long while back. So
17.
1.7 right now. So original Snow in the Desert did 430, and that was a year ago. Where'd the snow go? Did 17K. Or sorry, 1.7K. Sorry, not 17,000. 1.7. And that was a matter of, I think, like 6, maybe 7 hours. Because I filmed that on the way to work. And the fact that I had to bypass, I have 4-wheel drive on my truck. Light truck as it is. I would not have made it over the bridge because there was 4 people stuck trying to get over it.
Oh, you probably got one that hit 4,000 views. Free garden material.
Oh yeah, my free garden material, my free ass wood that I keep getting.
Yeah,
I got one over here that's got like 6. Cutting piggy tails off the garlic. That one's got 6,000 views in a year. And that was last year about the same damn time. Some of these didn't do very well. Some of them 600, 800, maybe 700. But a lot of my new recent ones, almost every one of the ones that I've filmed within the last couple of months, all been over 1,000. Raised garden bed, part 4, 2,500. Free garden materials, 4K. 2K on the, almost 2K on the citrus. Winter corn, partial success. Almost 2,500 on that one. Well, that's it. I don't know what YouTube considers a short, but that one was literally almost 2.5 minutes, and that still fell into the category of a short.
Yeah, the shorts are 3 minutes now.
And that was over a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
I really filmed that a month ago? Damn, I don't even remember. I thought it was like 2 or 3 months ago. Garden bed, 1.2. Corn update, that one didn't do shit. 330 on that one at best, even though I've lost corn. Sunflowers finally did actually something. Holy shit. I was the other day when I checked the sunflower wall update, that shit was like 600 and something, and now it's over almost 1.2K. New bed, I got bored. I said new bed, who's this? That one's doing 1.3, probably on its way to 1.4.
Yeah, I'm still getting views on the beautiful beef part 3.
Beautiful beef.
I'm still getting views on that one.
The beautiful beeful, the beautiful beeful.
It's got me 11.7 thousand.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would love to get more videos over like the 6,000 or 5,000 view range, but I mean it really just depends on the timing I put it out and what the content really is.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just stop talking on my videos and just be like, Fox It Outdoors here. Here's what we got. But I also don't put music on my videos. I don't alter them in any way.
I do both.
I try to be as real as physically possible on my videos because I don't want people to be like, oh, well, you did that all post video or pre-video and it's all altered and there's no realism in there. All of my shit, just like Sean, is all 100% live feed. I'm not going to bullshit with you. I'm going to post it as I see it. If I don't film a video, say what?
5 minutes.
Oh, Has Molly said it's time? Has she called the final call?
Really? 5 minutes?
Yeah, till 10 o'clock.
Oh, that doesn't mean
Pardon me.
Well, I appreciate that, Cecilia.
Yeah, yeah, for all who's watching my videos, thank you.
Yeah, but the problem is there on that one drops is I don't live between Utah and New Mexico. I live in the damn center of New Mexico. We don't get shit down here.
Yeah, you're in that rain shadow.
No, I live in a bowl.
Yeah, you're in the rain shadow. You're in the valley.
This used to be the bottom of a lake.
Yeah. Because you got mountains to the east and mountains to the west.
I'm debating on whether or not I want to get another one of them fuckers. But yeah, I was going to say, I appreciate that, Cecilia. I believe, though, that after the second or third time, it stops counting them. Same with standard YouTube videos. But I've never really gotten a definite number range on that one. All right, good night, Tiffany. Be well, be safe. Have a good one, and I hope Daniel returns soon. In
Yes.
Peace. Ooh, Des is still here. Hey, Des, wasn't there? I swear there was like 2 or 3 others that were going live tonight.
Oh, let's see. Who was it?
I'm almost positive Eddie was supposed to be live tonight. Unless he decided to change it to Sunday. Because normally Jason's over there watching it as well. Unless Eddie went live earlier.
Yeah, he's on before you are.
Okay, so if he's live before me, then there's no overlap.
Yeah, he'll overlap about an hour, half hour. He'll go from like 7 to 8.
Oh, okay, so but yeah, that's overlapping on my first, basically just garden chat.
Yeah, so the only ones who are live right now on mine are you and Danny Stone.
Who?
Danny Stone. He fishes. Catfisher.
I used to watch a lot of magnet fishing channels and then just kind of got bored with them.
Yeah, like I said, I'm surprised you didn't see Cindy on.
Cindy Squirrel?
No, Skipjack Cindy.
I have no idea who the hell that is.
Yeah, she fishes like, what, 6 nights a week?
I feel like that's a little too much. Ah, okay, Des, gotcha. So he does a fairly short live versus my long-ass one. Well, technically my secondary is a long one. My first one's usually only an hour. So technically at this point I've gone 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have another one. Cecilia can't stop me, and plus I got a shit ton of water over here still, and I got all kinds of snacks. Ooh, I wish I had that problem, but I started planting a lot of mine a little too late in the season, so my stuff is taking a while to go. I do have some cucumbers in the back half of the yard. I planted like 16 of them, and only 3 of them germinated.
Wow.
I was a little disappointed in that. So I don't know what happened. Either my seeds were too old or they just weren't stored in the right condition. Because I just had a magnet, them in the package on a magnet on the side of my refrigerator out in the living room. Because I don't have room in here to put my refrigerator. But the thing is, they're in an area where they don't get any direct sunlight. They'll literally be sandwiched in at like a 4 or 5 inch gap in between the refrigerator and the wall. So, I don't know, bad seeds maybe. I think I've had those that seed packets like 5 years old technically. No, you cannot complain about me having another one. I still got snacks. I have, sadly, like the last half of my bag of Ruffles, which that was a shitty bag because half the bag was all smashed.
Ah,
I've got Skittles, and then I've got another bag of hot Cheetos in the kitchen. Although if I really get bored, I could just eat a raw ass potato. Because, why not have some starch in my system?
yeah, I got some junk food, but not a whole lot. It takes me a while to get through it.
Now, it could be that one guy that decides to dig through all my food rations and out of nowhere just decide to cook a random meal.
Yeah, I got like 2 boxes of Chex Mix here. One's the cheese flavor, the other one's the original. I've only had a couple of bags out of each box, and I got that over 8 days ago.
I usually, when Chex Mix goes on sale around my area, I try to get all the snack bags that do it, and then I'll just dump them all in a big old container and I'll shake it all up so it's all mixed. I'll be eating that shit for like 3 weeks. Technically, pizza roll is, by all statistics, health food. I had bread, tomato puree, homogenized milk, and tomato puree, and then pepperonis, which is pork and beef. So healthy fats, homogenized milk, technically, and then bread. So yeah, pepperoni rolls. Technically, if you break down a pizza roll, it is not considered junk food. By American standards, yes, it's considered junk food, but if you break down the individual components, it is health food. I've also got, if absolutely necessary, I can go throw a couple of bratwursts in the toaster oven, cook those, and eat a couple more hot dogs. Which, again, is still technically healthy food, because it is a Polish. Those ones are Polish sausages. And the only thing I ever put on those is mayonnaise, mustard, and cheese.
Sounds familiar.
I've made sandwiches like that.
Without the mayonnaise on my brats. It's just usually
It depends on the brats personally.
Cheese and mustard.
Yeah. To me, it really just depends on the brats. If it's a certain style of brat, I'll only eat that shit with like mustard and cheese.
How about those fat hot dogs?
There are a ton of people on here I know full well will be like, you should not put cheese on a bratwurst. I'm just like, I'll eat whatever the hell I want on a bratwurst. It's just a spicy hot dog.
Yeah, so do we drops. It's supposed to start raining on Monday and Tuesday.
Man, I kind of wish I got that much rain. Are you telling me there's something wrong with sausages now? Because I have 2 frozen kielbasa sausages in my freezer right now that I could make a massive batch of spaghetti sauce with. And I do mean massive. The only thing that I would physically need in that would be about 2 pounds of ground beef, seasoned, cooked, and then like basically a solid number 10 can of spaghetti sauce. And I could make enough spaghetti to serve like 10 people. Which would give me about 5 meals. Me personally, because I'll eat the shit out of spaghetti.
Oh yeah. I usually get one good sized bowl. Not as big
Bowl
as
or plate.
not as big as I used to eat, but a lot smaller now.
I'll give me a good size serving where like spaghetti and everything else is like a pound and a half. Like That's a large serving. If you look at the serving size on a package of spaghetti, it is so freaking stupid.
Yeah, I like my spaghetti sauce like chili, nice and thick.
Yes. I'll let my spaghetti sit and drain for almost 5 to 10 minutes, so like all the water's off and the spaghetti actually starts to stick to itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got enough preps to last me about a year solid, maybe if I like rationed, but at the same time I grow food, so I'm always growing something. Now, whether or not I grow enough food to last me more than 4 days is a whole different spaghetti sauce. But I mean, again, I still have half a container of beans, so that's at least 2 solid meals right there, mixed with some other shit. Sunflowers, if I had to, I've got, God almighty, the amount of sunflowers. I still have all of that in sunflower seeds that I can still plant. There's probably 300 or 400 sunflower seeds in there. I throw that everywhere. I'll have sunflower seeds for eternity. Nah, I think that's a bullshit number right there, because a lot of Victory Gardens, even when they were running Victory Gardens, most of these people were running this stuff in like a 4x8 square foot section of their yard, because a lot of people didn't have massive half-acre yards to grow Victory Gardens. The Victory Gardens were all done in your front yard during like war times to help alleviate some of the farmers. I don't have 50,000 seeds for half the shit I'm growing, and even if I did, I don't have a space to grow for 50,000 people. There's not a single field in my area big enough to grow a single item that would feed 50,000 people.
I got squirrel seeds.
I got squirrel seeds too. I just showed you 2 containers of them. I mean, shit. They'll eat anything. If they can get a hold of it, they'll eat it. Beans store for basically eternity.
No, squirrel seeds.
Yeah.
Huh? They're dead.
Squirrel seeds. Well, I don't have 50,000 seeds of like any variety to store. Like 50,000 seeds is a lot of seeds. Like, unless you're that vault in, what was it, Greenland or Iceland? No, Greenland.
No, Antarctica.
Antarctica, that the
seed
international seed vault that keeps everything regulated to like 55 degrees.
Hey there, Drunken
Jeff,
How you
how's
doing?
it going, brother? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by tonight.
Yeah.
Hope you had a great 4th of July. I do hope that you also as well have all 10 of your digits and you didn't lose anything. Well, actually, in your case, I hope you have all 21 of your digits.
Yep.
If you lost a digit during the process, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, 50,000 houses could grow Victory Gardens, yes. Whether or not they produce enough food to be of any relative value,
that's when you do the food swap.
It's up to the homeowner. Here we go. That's stored a lot easier.
Yeah, what time do you get off tomorrow, Cliff?
Varies between whether or not I got to do a lot of dough or not. So it might be 4 o'clock, might be 5 o'clock ish.
Okay.
Right on there, Chef. As long as you got all 21 digits, you're good to go for the season.
Right on.
Oh, if you got a cow pasture, then yeah, you can grow a lot of shit. But it really just depends on what you want to grow. Certain things you need to grow on trellises. Certain things you can, just grow on the ground. If you're in a cow for a cow pasture, shit, what would be the best thing to grow on that?
Cows.
It's gonna be either corn or squash, honestly, or tomatoes, because that's gonna give you the most nutritional value having that shit on a cow pasture.
Yes, Deb. It has to stick to the noodles.
Oh, I don't like chunky. I don't like eating like giant chunks of tomato in my marinara sauce. I'm gonna be back in just a moment, folks. I gotta go see a man about a bush.
You go right ahead.
You better still be there when I get back, Jason.
I'll still be here, hopefully. Yes, I prefer to live out in the rural areas too. There, drops. I get the whole forest here. Yeah, if anybody's seen my videos, you can see how tall the trees are. If you go to some of my older videos walking through the forest, checking out the creek. And it's thick here. I mean, super thick. Yeah, since I've been here, I have not been able to do very well in the gardening. I'm just tinkering around. The peppers are doing okay. I haven't watered in several days, but I need to water tomorrow morning. I mean, the squash is still, not wilting, so which is good. Once it starts to wilt a little bit, that's when I go in my water. I'm just hoping I go out there and I see blooms on my peppers. That's what I'm hoping for.
Ooh, that's good.
I'm hoping to see blooms on my peppers. Uh-oh.
Water bottle just ate shit. I don't even know where the hell I had that set down.
I heard something hit the floor.
Yeah, my water bottle. Apparently, somehow managed to knock it off my plant stand over here, which I use as a side table.
No, the cattle can't even get through this forest here. It's too thick.
What the hell's a Marmande tomato? Damn it! I don't want to show it. I want to fucking copy what the hell. Google search. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a slicer, but not quite.
Not quite.
How the hell do you have a semi-determinate tomato?
Don't know.
Let me show you guys so I know what the hell is. First green. Too freaking brain dead. So that is apparently what a Marmande tomato is. Or
A lumpy tomato.
Yeah, deformed tomato, funky tomato.
A crested tomato.
Medium sized, slightly ribbed. Aren't majority of see this right here, fruit that are red and have an excellent flavor. Every goddamn tomato I've ever seen has been red. Or you get the random ones that are like red and green. But again, tomatoes are red. Otherwise, tomato sauce would not be red. It would be a different fucking color. See, then, Drops, you should be able to get free fertilizer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leave it to the French to have messed up tomatoes. I'm pretty sure that tomato after 3 days gets stale and as hard as a brick.
Yeah.
Because, if it's French, That means it's the same as their bread. You leave it out for 12 hours and it's as hard as a bat.
It becomes croutons.
Now I just want a bag of croutons and a freaking thing of ranch and just eat ranch covered croutons. I used to do that as a kid. I would get bowls and I would just pour croutons in there and ranch on it and just stir it up and eat that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not the only one that did that.
I just eat them right out of the bag.
I do too. We get the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the little ones. I like the big salad croutons, like the big ones, like the half-inch ones.
Yeah.
Half-inch by half-inch by like a quarter-inch, like the ones you know they made out of like Texas.
Yeah.
Ooh, rabbit poop. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to wait like 6 months or 3 months for that stuff to break down. You can just use it right away.
Oh, yeah.
It's like deer, moose, elk, and whatever. Yeah, deer, moose, and elk. Everything they eat's either berries or freaking plant matter, so 90% of their freaking shit's going to be fiber. Now that I'm thinking about that, would it be smart to just sit there and collect deer shit when you go camping?
If you can find it.
Do you know how many times I've just sat there and just walked like 10 feet and just found a pile of deer shit? There's deer everywhere. But the problem is putting it in containers that won't smell up your car. So I guess a 5-gallon bucket with a Gamma lid on there would be the best bet. You should know.
How long will it take you to fill it, though?
Not long. If you're in a campsite, maybe 20, 30 minutes, you find deer shit everywhere out there. Hell, most campsites I've gone to, I've just drove up and there's just been a pile right there in the freaking rocks. Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking. As far as I know, there's no laws saying that you cannot collect deer shit in the woods. So if a deer shit's in the woods, is it free to collect?
I don't know.
The next time I go camping, I'm going to ask a park ranger. I'm going to be like, are there any laws or regulations or rules against collecting deer shit?
Mm-hmm.
And I almost guarantee they're just going to look at me confused. And just be like, what? Like, again, is there any laws, regulations, or rules stating that I cannot collect deer shit while I'm on this campsite? So, again, the amount of... But see, again, so here's the thing with that. If you're out of state, do you make the conscious decision to just go to a hardware store, buy a couple of 5-gallon buckets, fill them 5-gallon buckets up, seal them completely, and then just wait like the rest of the week or 2 weeks that you're on vacation, drive back to your house with that shit? Or do you just wait till like the last day before you leave picking all that stuff up?
You sweep it all up.
So it's a weird... I feel like that's an odd gray area that nobody really has an answer to. Because would it be considered stealing from the national park? Would it be considered cleaning up the national park?
Well, usually in national parks, you're not supposed to take anything natural out of it.
Yeah. So a pile of deer shit, would that be considered natural, or would it be considered...
It'd be natural.
So would it be considered theft, or would it be considered cleaning up after?
It'd be probably considered theft, because you took it out of the national park. Now, as soon as you step outside the boundaries, it's fair game.
Yeah, but see, once you step outside the boundaries, you're basically essentially on your journey home. It's not like you're going to stop off the side of the road and try to see if you can walk 20, 30 yards into the bush, scour that thing to see if you can find random piles of deer or elk or moose shit. So again, then I think the next time I go camping, I'm going to ask a park ranger, because most park rangers are going to have majority of the knowledge of the surrounding area. So I'm going to ask them, and I bet you that again they're going to be stumped and look at me and be like, I have never been asked that question. Because again, who in their right mind is going to go to a park on a camping trip and just start collecting deer shit? Most people don't even want to touch it, even though it's literally nothing but grass, leaves, and maybe a berry or two.
Oh, the moose poop?
Yeah, bigger piles, or even hell, bear scat.
No, you won't get close to that. That stuff smells.
Yeah, but not in a sealed 5-gallon bucket. But again, that's going to be a lot of different components, because bear scat's going to have your components of, higher end minerals, or your, beef or, fish proteins and fats in there, because they're not just going to eat freaking berries, leaves, and grass. They're going to eat fish. They'll eat a damn freaking rotting
corpse.
Yeah, they'll eat anything. If they can get a hold of it, they'll chew it. They're omnivores. So, I mean, they'll eat grass, berries, and meat.
Anything they can get their snout on.
Yeah. Deb, what in the hell are you talking about? Oh, different. Oh, she's talking about tomatoes. I don't like the yellow ones. I've never seen a yellow tomato.
I have. I've seen purple ones too.
I've never seen a purple tomato. I know there's purple varieties of tomatoes, because I know other gardeners have grown them, but I've never seen the end result. Yeah, but that's Deb, that's a 5-gallon bucket of rabbit poop. You probably could have gotten $15 for that, because that's free fertilizer that can essentially be used the day you get it.
Yeah.
Really, Drops? Cherokee purples are purple? Hell, I thought they were green. Come on, man, you're killing me here. Killing me softly with a pitchfork and a feather pillow. Just because there's rivers doesn't mean there's game wardens.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If you don't live on a national park, you wouldn't have game wardens. Purple tomatoes just sound weird to me. Because it just does not sound right. It'd be like a red cantaloupe. I'm going to tell you right now, if I saw a red cantaloupe, I sure as hell wouldn't eat it, because that's just out of the norm. Cantaloupe should be almost neon orange to a yellowish.
Well, what's the original color of the original tomatoes? Green.
Well, yes, but then they ripen to red. So I think that's the thing with tomatoes, is everybody was picking the tomatoes before they were ripe, and it took them a while to realize that when you let it change colors, it tastes better. Because I've pulled a green tomato off, and that shit's about as hard as a rock. It's not a soft fruit. You got to let it ripen. It's like the same with an avocado. You buy an avocado and you let that shit sit on your counter for 2 weeks before you touch it, because you know full well you buy that avocado, that thing's gonna be hard as a goddamn piece of cardboard. I just wish it didn't take 15 years to grow avocados. If I would have known that, I would have tried starting growing avocados decades ago.
Yeah.
I'd have like, honestly, probably 4 or 5 avocado trees. If my mentality now kicked in 20 years ago, I'd literally be living in avocados right now. I'd have 4 or 5 trees just crapping out avocados.
Pistachios.
Oh my god, that too. Hell, almonds, dude.
Well, almonds, you can,
Walnuts.
almonds and walnuts, you can do those in a couple of short years. They won't be, you won't get a big giant yield, but you can get a little 2-gallon bucket full in the first 3 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe like a pound to 2 pounds.
Yeah.
And again, so found something out the other day. So
That-
I know everybody here that has watched my videos, I did a short or an update video where I have 1 onion and then a plant in one of my black square 6-inch by 6-inch by like a foot-long black planters. So I had originally thought that was an acorn, that the acorn freaking sprouted.
What was
Guess
it?
what I found out on Friday?
What?
It's a fucking strawberry plant.
Oh, strawberry plant. Oh man.
Here's what gets me. Right where that strawberry popped up is the exact same spot that I planted that acorn, so I thought it was a freaking oak tree. Now, what got me was the fact that it was not getting any taller. So I was like, all right, so maybe it's because I have it in a short pot. It's not getting a really deep root system, so it's not sending out that tap root. So it's not getting any taller on the top side. Now, I seen that bastard yesterday, and that sucker had 2 runners on it. The minute I saw the runners, I was like, fuck, it's a strawberry. Oh, I was so mad. I was so pissed. I was like, oh, I thought I had an acorn going, and nope, another strawberry plant. And this is what gets me. I planted that strawberry plant back in freaking December.
Really?
Are you hungry yet?
No, I'm not hungry.
When it was in the greenhouse. It might have been January. So it took that thing 6 months, 5 months, to be like, hey, look, I'm not dead. Wait, what was that?
Oh, I was talking with Molly.
Oh, gotcha. Wow, so nobody would take a $10 bucket of rabbit shit, but they'll take it for $5. That's a lot of work and effort just to get a 5-gallon bucket full of rabbit shit.
Yeah.
Yep, I've got strawberries everywhere over, and I started them. I have moved them from location to location. Stolen runners, well, actually, not really stolen runners. Taken planter or runners, put them in little pots to get them rooted. And I'm just going with them. I'm not, you know what, on that note, I'm actually half tempted to just grab a whole bunch of strawberry plants, stick them in my neighbor's yard, and see where they go. In the front yard. Because strawberries don't really require much but water and sunlight.
Yeah, I figured, in your area, when you have the EVAP coolers going, what it does is discharge every 4 hours. It waters strawberries.
I don't have a discharge on my EVAP because it's all sealed unit. Still hearing fireworks. I don't have no discharge on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it all sits in a self-contained little container, usually about 4 inches deep.
Yeah.
And then it just cycles, and then the way we have that one is it's set on a float valve, so when the float valve gets low, it pours more water in it, and then when it pops up, it stops.
Yeah, because usually they'll have a discharge pump in there. It's like every 4 hours that it's running, it'll discharge and fill back up, so you don't get that nasty water smell.
No, I don't have that on mine.
The lake water smell.
I only get that lake water smell when it rains. And then usually what I'll do is I'll just take the container, I'll just take a gallon of bleach, and I'll just couple splashes onto the pads, and then as that cycles, it washes that bleach down into the tank water or the standing water, and I'll get a bleach smell in the house for like an hour, and then after that, it's like normal water air or air water.
Yeah, because because when we had ours going, we always had ours with cycle every 4 hours that if it was running.
Yeah, I don't have that on mine.
So we wouldn't get that nasty water smell.
See, right there is exactly what I'm talking about, Deb. It took them a while to realize that the green tomatoes were not good and the red ones were where you wanted a tomato.
I mean, there's still nice shade out there that only has the green berries on them still. Yeah.
And almonds, dude. Same with pecans. Pecans take goddamn forever. I've got 2 pecan trees. One of them's in a 5-gallon bucket. One of them's in the ground. The one that's in a 5-gallon bucket will not produce leaves bigger than 1/4 of an inch. And I'm only assuming that's because that thing is root bound and I need to put it in a bigger pot. And I think the minute I put that thing in a bigger pot, that some bitch is going to take off. Well, yeah, because again, same thing on that one. You've got toxic plant. At least the top of the plant is toxic, but the bottom of the plant is edible. Yeah, it's because the Europeans just didn't give a shit. All right, good night, Cecilia. Be well, be safe, take care. You have yourself a weekend. I'm almost done with this. Probably once I'm done with this, I'll
Alrighty.
like maybe another 10 more minutes or until I finish this. Although then again, I could just chug this sucker right now and end this thing in 4 minutes.
I have faith in you.
So wait, are you saying you have faith that I can just chug this and end it in 3 minutes?
Yep.
Or...
Yep.
Oh, I see how it is. Jason wants me drunk as hell. So we can have very interesting chat later. That'll be fun. Wrong one. Don't know what that's in regards to. I might have missed content. Yeah, mine is not doing as well as I had originally predicted back at the beginning of the season, back in like April. I felt it in my bones. I thought it was going to be an epic gardening season, and I have had nothing but failure this season.
It's been one of those years, I guess.
3 different times I've planted pinto beans, and only one location has actually managed to germinate, grow, and continue. I've got squash in numerous locations. I've lost some of those. I just don't know what's going on this year. I don't know if it's because my soil just doesn't have enough nutrients or what, but I have had, despite my earlier predictions, a horrendous gardening season. I've lost essentially 4 trees, 2 of which I actually paid for. The other 2 I did not pay for. Well, recently I paid for them like 2 years ago. Original graft on that died, and then it decided to grow 2 side shoots off the main root. Ripped those apart, transplanted them. Those have since died, so I've lost essentially 2 cherry trees and 2 nut trees. I don't know what it is from Home Depot and Lowe's, but the nut trees essentially just give me the middle finger and put a horse wang up my backside, because I have not. The apple trees, I've only lost 2 in 4 years.
Yeah, my apple tree is getting big.
So is mine. Hell, my $18 stick that I paid for at Harbor Freight, or sorry, Tractor Supply, even that's doing better. That thing's already grown like another 1.5 feet straight, and then I've got lower set of branches, which I wish they were a little higher on the tree, personally, and then I've got another section. It's weird. My apple tree's doing the same damn thing my orange tree's doing. So I've got a huge bushel of shit at the bottom. Then there's like a 2-foot bare space, and then there's more branches. So I'm thinking next year what I might do, depending on how that tree reacts, is I might just straight trim off all the shit at the bottom just to promote more growth at the top of the tree. But right now, my orange trees, I'm watching it. I now have a new set of branches off of them stupid thorns. And it's only taken me 2 years to realize on an orange citrus tree. Now, this was a dwarf tree, and it was the shit. I forgot the name of the orange.
Navel?
Yes, thank you. Navel orange. Everywhere there is a damn thorn on that tree, it will produce or will potentially produce a branch. That is what I've learned. They don't tell you this when you buy these trees. And it goes for as from what I have seen, all of the thorned variety of citrus trees, citrus bushes. Everywhere there's a thorn, it will potentially provide you with a branch.
Almost like a node.
Yes. And that branch will grow just above where that needle's at, and then just keep going. And they'll grow within a season 2 to 3 feet long each time.
Oh, yeah.
And you're sitting there perplexed, wondering, how is it growing 3 feet off of that node in one season? It just does. I cannot explain it. I can't tell you how. It just does. I've got like 3 more new little sap branches popping off on that tree.
Yeah, that's what they normally call the water sprout.
I have no idea. Now, drops, I'm not topping those trees until they're about 7 or 8 feet tall. And I do have them in a self-contained container, so they are in their own planter, but I will not top my tree until it's about 8 feet tall. And there's a reason for this. They are considered patio trees or dwarf trees. They will get as big as you let them get. If I snip off the main leader, my tree, yes, will produce more on the outward push, so it'll get bushier, but after that, it will not grow any taller than wherever I cut the main leader. I do not want to do that just yet. I want to get to the point where this tree will be sturdy enough and hardy enough that all I've got to do in the wintertime is just cover it with a plastic bag, and it'll be fine in the wintertime. That tree, Drops, I shit you not, has grown in that same planter from the top of the planter to the top of the tree. That is 6 foot high. And it won't stop. Yes, you can grow a tree in a planter. it restricts how big the tree can get. But again, these are dwarf trees. They're considered patio plants. Usually not supposed to get higher than 8 to 10 feet. And again, that is, trimming regulation. So if you trim it at a certain spot, it stops growing higher and just gets bigger. It's no different than a cherry tree. You cut the top of a cherry tree off, it's going to stop growing taller. It's just going to get wider.
Yeah, because I put one of my small little fig trees in my 24-inch planter. I'm going to keep that dwarf.
Yeah. I think dwarf trees, depending on the conditions you have on your property or where you're at, are actually better than a full-size tree, because a full-size tree, you need the same amount of space under the tree as the top of the canopy.
Yeah, because if you give it enough nutrients, especially with the potassium and the phosphorus, it's going to produce a lot of fruit.
I'd rather have a 100% root-bound tree than have a short tree that's not doing shit. Yeah, I might have to add a little bit of soil, give it, fertilizer, compost, whatever to keep it going, but that's, here and there. Worms are going to find their way into that shit no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
But me personally, I'm going to be dead honest. I'll dig through a planter, I'll find like 3 to 5 worms, and I'll throw them into a plant. I do not care. Because they're going to eat all of the bad soil, or, soil. They're going to create their own compost, and essentially basically getting free worm castings. So free nutrients for your soil. All you got to do is add water.
Yeah, it just breaks it
I don't
down.
see the problem. And yes, you do top trees to make them bush. But I do not want that tree to bush out until it's about 8 feet tall. And that's 8 feet tall from the top of the 16-inch planter that it's in. And I'm also, at this point, trying to make sure that that plant does not produce fruit for another year or two.
Yeah, because we want to get it to grow.
I want a very strong plant that when it does produce fruit, does not snap the branches off. So if I can get that, this is my second or third year on that plant already. I still want to wait another year or two. I hate to say this, I'm probably not going to get any fruit off of that until 2027, because I'm going to physically make sure that plant does not produce fruit until then. I might allow that plant just once to produce maybe 1 to 3 oranges if it will do it. It tried to this year. I had the lower set of branches try to produce, but each one of those flowers fell off. After the little fruit part started to grow, each one of those fell off. So that tells me that the plant was not 100% ready to produce, or it just didn't have enough nutritional value for the plant to produce. But again, I want a strong plant before it actually produces. Oranges are not small. Even a navel orange is a damn big ass orange. Like, you're talking about an orange that's like this big.
Yeah.
The orange itself damn near weighs a pound.
Yeah, like the size of a baseball hanging off a tree.
Yeah. You do not want that on a weak branch. You get more than 2 of those on a branch, it's going to snap the damn branch off. I'm struggling right now with my apple trees because that thing is loaded for bear with apples, which my mistake was I should have just cut everything off that was producing apples to allow that tree to get thicker. Now, I've also got that in a planter as well. That tree should be in the ground. If that tree was in the ground, I'd have to cut half of the branches off to get everything to start growing at the top. I do not want to do that because I have established branches on there that are inch and a half thick, almost 2 inches thick. I don't want to cut those branches off. I do not want to send my tree into absolute shock, cutting off all of its limbs during one season. You want to do it gradually. But I have these rooting ball little plastic container things that I want to try to root some of these branches. If I can do that, I can just cut that off and have an entirely different, like a whole ass tree right from the start. Drops has a friend in Oklahoma. His name
yeah. He's a tree guy.
Deb, I'm going to tell you right now, till your soil and plant a metric shit ton of sunflowers.
Good night, Des.
All right. Good night, Des. Be well, be safe. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on the next live.
Yep, everybody's dropping off.
I know, right? I'm going to probably be ending in about 5 more minutes. But, yeah. Deb, I'm going to tell you right now, till your soil, even if you have to rake it, do whatever the hell you want to do with it. Go to the store, buy unsalted, unroasted sunflower seeds, plant your entire yard with those. That will remove every trace of heavy metal in your soil. And if you do not believe me, Google it. Sunflowers, for some reason, it is the one filtering plant that will suck out heavy metals.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Sunflowers suck out heavy metals. They will, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they'll even filter out radioactive material as well.
But then you have to get rid of the stalks and everything else, right?
No.
Where does it go?
You can if you want to, but I mean, well, yeah, you can get rid of the stalk and then just leave the roots in there. And then when the time comes, just till that back into the soil. And 85 to 90% of the heavy metals that are in there will be gone. So you'll be left with like 10%, maybe 20%. You just do it again. After like 2 to 3 years, all of the heavy metals are gone. As long as you're not chopping it up and recycling it back into your soil, you should be fine. But yeah, I don't know where I picked that up. I heard that somewhere. Sunflowers will leach out heavy metals in your soil. So if you've got a lead-based soil or even like, whatnot,
heavy metals, yeah,
sunflowers will do it. Steven Drops is like, yep, I am 100% correct on that. I don't know. I really don't remember where I picked up that bit of knowledge, but I know I picked it up somewhere. And sunflowers don't give a crap if you're in clay soil, rocky soil, sandy soil. That root system does not give 2 iotas as to where the hell it's growing. As long as it has water, it will grow there. You could probably grow a sunflower on a freaking rock as long as you give it enough water. I really don't think they give 2 iotas about soil conditions. Drops, you might have told me, or I might have heard that before you even told me, but you might have reminded me on. But That's what they really should. They should just go over there with a freaking airplane and just like seed bomb all of Chernobyl. And I guarantee within 2 to 3 years, Chernobyl would be cleaned up.
Not right now. Not with the current escalation or stuff that's going on over there.
Shit, just drop, hell, go over there with a cargo plane full of sunflower seeds. Just drop that shit everywhere. That crap will go grow wherever it wants.
Well, the problem is it's in Ukraine.
Oh, yeah. Issues with that right now.
Yes.
But still, again, sunflowers.
Sunflowers to the rescue.
Nature's freaking toxic sponge. Because everything else you grow in toxic materials will actually absorb the toxic materials and transfer it to the fruits. Now, sunflowers will essentially do the same thing, so it will transfer the toxicity to the sunflowers. But if nothing's sitting there eating the toxic sunflower seeds, they'll just fall off, drop where they're at. Next year, you got 20 more sunflowers popping up in the same area, leaching out even more of that stuff. And eventually, it will just become inert. It's not like what you would probably consider like your heirloom seeds, where, after 3 to 4 years, it becomes an heirloom because there's no GMOs, no pesticides or whatever producing whatever it is. So it's like an organic natural seed. Sure, the sunflowers are going to do the same thing. After a couple of years, it's just going to be an inert seed, and it'll just be standard sunflower seed after 4 or 5 years.
Probably the sunflowers are going to be the multiple blooms. Probably work better. So nothing's eating the seeds.
Yes.
Ditch sunflower.
Yeah, when you're doing things like the standard like Russian mammoth, which will pop out an 18-inch or 24-inch wide single head, and you'll have 1,500 freaking sunflower seeds on one head.
Yeah.
Shit like that, or whatnot. Yeah, that's probably not the best way to go. But when you have like the little seeds that are, like you said, you get the
teddy bear.
Pop up like these little bastards, like these little tiny ass sunflower seeds, but you get like 60 flowers off of each stalk. Probably help it go a lot faster. God damn, how much shit do they have on top of that? All right, on the trash can. Apparently that lady was covered in dirt. To be honest, Deb, I have not. Okay, so at least that's a good thing that they grow sunflowers. And Deb, on that note, I have not. And if you're talking about the hedge trees that they grow in the UK and all of that, I know about those ones, but I don't know about dwarf trees. See, I wish I could grow a sunflower that wide. The problem is I've got birds everywhere, and almost every freaking sunflower that I've either bought, purchased, or whatnot have grown starts to produce multiple seed heads. I think this might be the only ass variety that I can get that might produce at least an 8 to 10 inch wide head. But again, with sunflowers, it literally depends on how much water you give them damn things. And welcome back, Grace. I apologize about the earlier events. Some people just don't like to take a hint, despite the fact that I've told them numerous times that I don't do politics on this channel and that I hate that bastard. But anyways, such is life. Glad you're back. Don't know how much longer I'm going. I'm actually surprised Jason is still here, considering he's going to be out like an hour ago. If necessary, Jason, we can always align our times tomorrow, and we can talk on the on Instagram or whatnot.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm
I can
assuming
do,
it's about what's in the garage.
yeah, I can do like 20 minutes this evening after we done with the live.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I'm just assuming that has something to do with what's in the garage. You know, trying to get stuff situated and figure out
Yes.
what's going on from there. Shit. Deb, you got plenty of space. 30 by 20? Fuck. I would rip out any section of grass you have. I would just till that shit into the dirt and just start planting. Fuck it. If you got no reason to go in your backyard to walk around, I'd make a small path with some bricks and turn the rest of it into garden space. And go from there. Now, if you really want to start shit, till that in there, throw onions. I have never seen anything germinate faster than freaking onions. Not talking like yellow onions, red onions. Bunching onions.
In general.
Bunching onions will germinate in like 3 to 5 days. Under the absolute right conditions. I think in the greenhouse, when I was doing it in a planter, the fastest I got those things to germinate was 3 days. It says on the package, 5 to 12 days. 3 days I managed to get them to germinate, and I had a whole ass planter full.
That's a lot.
Not really, if you consider the planter was only 6 inches wide by 6 inches deep, by about a foot long. It's those like little black ones that I have.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I had those things were on sale. They were like $1.50, like $2 a fucking planter.
They only good for like 2 or 3 years.
Hell no, dude! I'm on like year 4 on some of them damn things. But yeah, I think I bought like 20 of them. I think I were around the house. I still got a stack of them, like 8 or 10 deep, just chilling on the backside of, like literally right here on the other side of the, like right about there. I have about 12 of them just sitting on the rack back there. They're not doing shit other than holding random pieces of wood. Well, yeah, seed drops, you already soaked them for 24 hours in water, so technically that's 3 days minimum that you got your okra seeds to germinate. I had mine, I just threw them in a planter, covered them with like 1/8 of an inch of dirt, made sure they were watered frequently, and within like 3 days they popped up in my greenhouse. Yeah, there you go, Deb. Free sunflowers. That's how I got a lot of free sunflowers and random bits of corn, because we'll buy the seed bird mix, which it's like wildflower seeds, flax seeds, sunflower seeds, and corn. Some of them damn corn actually germinated, which threw me off because I wasn't expecting birdseed corn to germinate. So if you really want a field of random variety flowers, just buy a bag of birdseed, mix that into your dirt, and water it for 4 days straight, and you'll get all sorts of random shit. Sunflowers, corn, wildflowers, weeds. You name it, you'll get it. I know you do, Drops. You've mentioned that numerous times. I think you said if you don't have more than a 90% germination rate, you don't sell the seeds. Me, if I plant 10 seeds and 7 of them grow, I'm happy with that. But I'm also not a professional gardener, and I'm not trying to sell my seeds for profit. Most of the stuff is friends, families, and neighbors. That's as far as my seed production goes. I do save a little bit for myself for seed stock, but that seed stock can only go so far. And I need more seed stock, to be honest. So once I get my seed stock this year, I'll work on seeds that I don't have for next year, and I'll just go from there. And when my little craft container's full of seeds, I think that's probably going to be it for me. And I might refresh every couple of years just to keep my stock in rotation and make sure I don't got any stale seeds.
Agreed.
All right, last one. I think that's 4 of those. I'm not drinking any more of them damn things. We're only going to go about another 6 more minutes, folks, and then we are going to end this. Because that'll put me at 3.5 hours for this evening. I think is more than long enough. So, if you all have any questions, comments, anything relevant to pop into the chat, throw it in now because I've got about 6 minutes to answer it. 5 minutes to answer this. But, yeah, so seed savings, I was talking about that. Oh, I will inform everybody that is still here watching. I've had an absolute failure on my loofahs this year.
Yeah.
To be fair and to be completely clear on this, I used bad seeds on purpose to see if I could get them to germinate. I did mix them in with some semi-good seeds, but I think due to the fact that I left them in my greenhouse for far too damn long, I think heat sterilized them.
It cooked them.
So they're no longer viable and usable. Now, I do have some that are somewhere over here, like over here in this pile of random shit that I have a container full, well, not even really full, but I have a fairly large container that has a good amount of seeds in it. The only problem is at this point in time, it is too late to plant loofahs. They need, I think it's like 130 days.
Yeah, something like that.
150 to 200 days. So essentially, you got to start that shit
early,
right at the literally like a week to 2 weeks before your last frost date, and hope that you don't have one between that time frame. So you basically need like 5 to 8 months of like good weather to get them to germinate. I will try again next year. I do have seeds that are viable. I have some saved in my seed stock, I think. So I will try again next year. I don't know where I'm going to grow them at this point because I really don't know. I honestly, every container that I have is usually dedicated to certain things, certain plants for certain times. So I might dedicate one trellis, which I really don't want to do, to dedicate that to loofahs again next year because you can't really eat the damn thing. It's not really a staple plant you want to grow unless you're a goddamn hillbilly and you need something to scrub your stanky ass with. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. I'm just trying to grow. If I had a reasonable amount of space to grow those, I would. Mainly just to do either to sell them or just to be like, I grew loofahs again. I did it the first 2 years. I got some decent ones. Hell, the ones that I got from Jason at the camp meetup, I still have this bastard. That's one of the ones that I got off of seeds that Jason gave me at the meetup.
Yeah.
This is what I grew from it.
Now, I grew mine on the fence when I was there in Chandler, Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, The problem with I've seen with loofahs is they like to grow vertically, really damn fast.
Yeah, no, they went vertically, then they spread out along the chain link fence. There's a little 4 foot chain link fence, but yeah, oh man, did it take off.
I might just consider doing that on my neighbor's property. Just throw a shitload of loofahs in the front and just see what they do and see where they go. I actually might consider doing that in between myself and my neighbor over here on this side.
I mean, it makes a nice little, a block.
Yeah, as long as the plant is alive.
Yeah. But it helps keep the area cool as well because of the transpiration rate.
Yeah, I do remember when I grew them on the planter outside my house right over here. It got to the point where I actually had to support the framework off of the lattice work for my blackberries because the damn thing kept trying to blow over in the wind. And that's where I got all of the good loofahs that I have. Now, to be honest, Jason, I still have 2 seeds from that package you gave me. I only planted like 3 of them.
I think you should try it next year. Just to see if they're still viable.
I think I will. I just don't know where to plant them. I have to figure out a space to do it where it's not going to cause any problems.
That's what I was saying, right on the fence line.
Problem is, currently right now on my fence line, I have sunflowers, onions, and hot peppers, which my hot peppers have not done shit. So I'm really pissed about that. But I'm also thinking next year I might, because of the lack of how much water I give them, I might throw garlic in there in that like 8-foot space or 6-foot space just to see if it'll do better over there. Because my garlic this year, I'm sorry folks, I kid you not, was abysmal at best. Literally the worst harvest I've had of garlic in 3 years. It was disappointing. All right, Deb, I will take a watch at that. I already have it up and queued, so I will get to that here in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the 2-hour and 31-minute mark. I went over a little bit longer than I was planning to and expecting to, but thank you all for joining me, stopping by, staying, watching, giving me a thumbs up on this one, commenting as well as asking viable questions. At this point in time, I'm going to end this one. Ladies and so thank you again for joining me. Take care, be well, be safe. Jason, you know what to do afterwards. We'll be here for just a few minutes. So take care, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great weekend, and do me a favor and don't do anything I would do. And Jason, your final notes?
Get out there and slap a rat.